One thing was certain. The one who calmed the sea, the one who walked on water, the one who multiplied the fish and the bread, the one who made the deaf hear, the one who made the lame walk, the one who made the blind see, the one who brought dead into life. The one thing they knew for sure is that Jesus is gone. He was absolutely gone. Good Friday. What is good about that? It was a day when no one would dare to be associated with Jesus. Walang gustong kilala niya si Jesus. All his friends left him. Denied by his closest friend, Peter. Abandoned by followers whom he called friends. What is good about that Friday? Jesus was beaten numerous times that his face was unrecognizable, even by Bartimaeus. If you remember Bartimaeus, he was the blind man that Jesus healed. Ang unang makikita ni Bartimaeus ay ang mukha ni Jesus, the beautiful face of Jesus. And then Bartimaeus followed Jesus to the cross. He was there at the foot of the cross, and just imagine Bartimaeus looking up and saying, "Is that Jesus? Ba't ganun ang mukha? Ang ganda-ganda ng mukha niya nung nakita ko siya." Good Friday. You know, that day, the ground trembled. Dumindol. The ground trembled from fear to what is happening. Darkness covered the earth because the sun hid from shame. Hiyang-hiya yung araw for what the creatures did to the Creator. God being killed on that Good Friday. And then Black Saturday. It was still dark. It was the dark Sabbath for those who followed Jesus. It was the uncertain day. The disciples were confused. They were afraid. They were hopeless. They were jobless. And then in that small house, when they look at each other, they remember their life with Jesus. Yun ang naaalala nila habang nagtitinginan sila na may luha sa kanilang mga mata. Ano yun? How they laughed with Jesus. How they lived with Jesus. How they ate with Jesus. How they loved together. Memory after memory. But what they could not remove from their minds is that Jesus died on that cross. They were confused, but one thing was certain. The one who calmed the sea, the one who walked on water, the one who multiplied the fish and the bread, the one who made the deaf hear, the one who made the lame walk, the one who made the blind see, the one who brought dead into life. The one thing they knew for sure is that Jesus is gone. He was absolutely gone. And Mama Mary was with them. And Mama Mary knew that her son was gone. Lana. The baby that she nursed, she brought up. She saw him die on the cross. She laid him to rest in the tomb. And the one thing that was very clear to her is that her Jesus was gone. But you know, in that room, every time the disciples see Mary, they can see in her face sorrow, but also hope. And they were asking, why is her face like that? Lungkot na lungkot, pero punong-puno ng pag-asa. Because at that moment, on Black Saturday, Mary was praying the same prayer she prayed 33 years ago. Be it done to me according to your word. The disciples were uncertain. They were not sure if Jesus really who he said he was. He was the one who raised people from the dead. If you remember, he touched the boy in Nain. He touched the girl. He called forth Lazarus. Bumubuhay ng patay. At itong tanong sa kanilang isip, sino nang darating ngayon para siya naman ang humawa kay Jesus para mabuhay naman siya ngayon? Who will someone come and touch Jesus to raise him from the tomb? They were uncertain. They have seen Jesus raise other people. But now, Jesus, who raised other people from the dead, had died himself. And they felt hopeless. Just like some of you who feel hopeless. The disciples were upset. They were afraid. They were angry. They were confused all Saturday long. But the next day, even before the sun shows herself, the women went to the tomb of Jesus, bringing with them frankincense and myrrh, so that the stench of his death could not embarrass the legacy of his memory. Early Sunday morning, they got a shocker. The stone had been rolled back. The grave was empty. The death cloth has been folded. Jesus has risen from the dead. What does this resurrection means? It means that Jesus has risen above what everybody said about him. That he has risen above what everybody doubted about him. That Jesus has risen above every scandal he was accused of. He has risen above every expectations, including the expectations of those who follow him. He has risen above the power of the Roman Empire. He has risen above the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He has risen above death, hell, and grave. He has snatched the victory from the grave. That is what resurrection means. It is not that we do not fall down or we get confused, afraid, or upset. No, that is not what resurrection means. Hindi porket buhay ang Diyos, hindi ka na dapat nalulungkot, nalilito, nagagambala. No, it is not that we do not have pain or experience darkness. It is this. Resurrection tells us that if Jesus says he is going to get up, he is going to get up. And when Jesus says to you, you are going to get up, you are going to get up. And if God says you will overcome, you will overcome. If he says you will live long, you will live long. And if he says you are healed, you are healed. If God says you will prosper, you will prosper, because the resurrected King says so. He says so. The one who was dead is alive again. He lives. He lives, my dear friends. He is alive. And to those who are here with us in Bellevue right now, if you are serving a resurrected King, I invite you to stand up and praise his name. He is alive. Yeah, come on. Worship him. Bless his name. Come on. Give him praise. Give him praise. Woo! He is alive. He is alive. He is alive. That is why when the psalmist says, weeping may endure for a night. Weeping may endure for a night. Friday, Saturday long. Weeping may endure. But if you can take a tough night, if in your weeping you remain faithful to Him, I've got good news for you. Ask me what? Ask me what? Joy will come in the morning because He is alive. He is alive. Come on. Hallelujah.